out there, YouTube. Happy holidays for everyone out there. I know it's been a long time since I did a video, but like I said, I am a very busy person and I have a life. So, right now, we're not going to be talking about this car. This is a working project. Yes, I own this car because I've always liked the Futo. So, you've seen on the title list, I've known you noticed. We're going to be talking about the Bullet. So, let's go to the car garage that I have the car located in. While we wait, let me give you my little motto. I give you specs, I give you history, I give you all the information that you need about that you know about the cars on this show. Not all the cars I do are going to be 100% accurate. So please be mindful what you post on that comment list. So let's get started. And I have a lot of classic cars. I love classic cars. I am a true classic car fan. So, right now, we're going to be moving all the way down towards the second floor. This is where my Bullet is located. Now, you can already tell what this car is based off of. The Bullet is based off the Ford GT. One specific, the 2005 Ford GT. The Ford GT has always had a legacy behind it. It was the original GT40 was introduced in the mid-60s to compete against Ferraris. And boy, did this car really did do it. This car competed in Le Mans and ran and won multiple races back then. This was the true sport. This was a true race car. It was so wonderful. Back in the mid-2000s, Ford decided to bring back the Ford GT. And they did a really wonderful job. It had a 5.4 liter supercharged V8. This car was valued well over $200,000, and it was a very wonderful car. It sounded wonderful, it looked wonderful, and it really brought back the nostalgic look to the iconic race car that won Le Mans back in the 60s. This car will always go down in history of being that one car that competed with Ferraris, Jaguars, and just dominated the track back then. This was the ultimate car back then. And now it still is. Ford, everybody knows that Ford has brought back the GT, but instead of having its iconic, well-known V8, it has a twin turbocharged EcoBoost V6. Now, the thing with the, I like using this phrase, I damn near forgot the phrase. It'll probably come back to me whenever I get a chance. But, you don't have to have a V8 or a V12 or anything else just to have, a very high performance car. Because, the new Ford GT has at least 150 more horsepower than the supercharged V8 did. I think the supercharged V8 made around 500 and I think the regular Ford GT back in 2005 had it had 550 brake horsepower, and I think the new one makes around 647 brake horsepower. Like I said, 150 brake horsepower more. So that's a lot for a twin turbo V6. And it's funny how technology is moving, that advanced to the point where you can have a 4-cylinder or a V6 have as much power as a V8 or a V12 at that. So, let's get back to the Bullet. The Bullet has been in the game ever since Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, the original one. And the Bullet on there was actually, it was quite hard to find. The only time you could actually find the Bullet is when you went to, Las Venturas, and that's usually where you will find some of the exotic cars at, like the Turismo, the Windsor, and of course the Bullet. These were the exotic cars that you usually saw around the Las Venturas area in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Now we fast forward to Grand Theft Auto 4 Ballads of Gay Tony. The Bullet GT makes another appearance, and it radically had a huge body design change, and that was because first time this car has ever been introduced in the HD universe. And this car had a different it had a different sound. It didn't sound like the V8 that that was in the Ford GT. I mean, I don't care about that, but it did sound wonderful. This was the car that was actually faster than the Infernus, and everybody know the Infernus on that game. The Infernus was the supercar on that game. Everybody wanted the Infernus. That car was the car that no one could find. It was that kind of car. And now we go to Grand Theft Auto 5, where we are right now. The Bullet still is on here, but it is really criticized of being a very slow supercar. And I don't blame them. The Bullet really is not a very fast car. But don't get me wrong, this car still is, it has its purpose on here. For the people who, just started Grand Theft Auto, they're just moving their way up to the GTA criminal mastermind ladder. This is a nice car. Now, optioned out and fully customized, this thing could really kick up some dust. But keep in mind, this car would not win any races. It's not going to compete with the newer supercars like the T20 or these other high-performance supercars on here that are worth literally well over millions of dollars. This car is valued at around, I think it's valued at $150,000 if I'm correct. Let's, let me not hide, so let's go look for it. The Bullet, $155,000, I'm correct. And it's really not that expensive. I mean, there's other I think this is the second cheapest supercar on there, right behind the Coil Voltic. I think the Coil Voltic, if I'm correct. And it's not that fast. I think Rockstar needs to do something about this car. Well, they already did. They introduced another car in this game, and it's actually based off the newer Ford GT. So we're gonna go down and try to find it real quick, because I don't even know the name of it. It's called the Vapid Fmj. This car is worth over $1,750,000, and this is the car that's actually based off the newer Ford GT. It's really fast. It's really gorgeous to me. Now, let me give you a little score about this car. On a scale of 1 to 10 with performance, this is not a car that's going to be winning any races, but like I said, this is a first-timer sports car, so this is just for the low-livs who, just trying to move their way up the GTA ladder. So for the performance, I'm going to have to sadly give it a 6. Styling, this car to me is nice looking. It still can be classified as a nice car in this day of age. I mean, even though, to anybody who hasn't been playing Grand Theft Auto would know, this car could still be classified as a car that actually looks like it's going very fast. I mean, it can't go fast. It can really get up and go. So styling, I'll have to get it an 8. It's not that important, so I'm not even going to worry about that. Style, I already gave you that. Panache, good looking, stances and stuff like that. I'm going to have to give it a 2. I mean, it's not very important. Nobody's going to be getting this car. I mean, this is just a car that somebody would just pick out just to get out of trouble. It's pretty fast, don't get me wrong, but it's just a car that, nobody's going to be driving all often. Why did I have this car? I don't know. I just got it for kicks and giggles. So, yeah, it has a sports score, so if you're just starting out on this game, like I said, I will recommend this car for you. But if this is just someone on here, well over high level, who has millions of dollars, this is not the car you actually want. You want something better. And I can obviously see people not trying to get this car, but if you just want this car for kicks and giggles, be my guest. Now, there's other cars on here I would like to talk about, but I need to start grinding on this game to get grinding money so I can get those cars. Those cars are worth a lot of money, and I would like to talk about it. Little announcement for everything. I'm going to be trying to do some of these newer cars in here. Now, I'm not going to do all of them because, like I said, I don't have a lot of money on here. So, I would not mind having a modded account. I mean, I wouldn't care regardless. But, just to do my episodes on here, because it's kind of hard doing it when you don't have that much money on here. It's just straight difficult, because it would have been easy if I just buy any car I want and just freaking go to town like that. But, when you're not making that much money, it's kind of difficult. So, I'm going to try to do some cars. I'm probably going to mainly just do the upcoming classic ones, like the Hermes that's going to be coming out, and the Hustler. Those are the ones I am actually looking forward to. Those are returning cars from Grand Theft Auto, the original San Andreas. I'm actually looking forward to the Hustler. The Hermes is actually came from Grand Theft Auto Vice City, so that's going to be another return from that game. But I am really looking forward to that Hustler, because just like the Roosevelt, it's a 1920s car that looks like it's got a lot of style and a lot of power with that at the go in mind. So hopefully Rockstar really does a good job with these cars. And in that, I'm going to end on a good note. I'll see you guys later.